As someone who has worked in the world of drama production and promotion for a long time, I'm used to seeing many couples of actors and actresses performing together at various events. However, there was something different that afternoon. Something so subtle, elegant, and difficult to explain when Chen Zhe Yuan and Li Qin stepped into the room in their black suits. The shooting location was in a modern studio on the outskirts of Beijing, with minimalistic lighting and a predominance of dark ash colors. The team of stylists has already prepared the concept of monochrome elegance, black on black, with a touch of white light that only highlights the face and gestures. And that's where they stood. Chen Zhe Yuan in a perfectly cut black suit, a black shirt without a tie, while Li Qin wore a simple cut black satin dress, but exuding a luxury that didn't need many words. As soon as they stood side by side, everyone in the room spontaneously held their breath. I still remember how the photographer muttered a little, "They don't need to be directed, their aura has fused." Sure enough, without much instruction, Chen Zhe Yuan turned his head to Li Qin, and his thin smile appeared, a smile that seemed so sincere, like it only appeared for him. Li Qin replied with a gentle smile that made the atmosphere of the room instantly warm, even though the black color dominated the entire room. I can feel that energy. Not just a chemistry, a la professional actors and actresses, but something more personal, subtle but real. When the photo shoot began, each of their poses felt like a silent dance. Chen Zhe Yuan stood behind Li Qin, hands tucked in his pockets, while Li Qin stared at the camera with a gentle but powerful gaze. In several shots, the photographer shouted quietly, "Perfect!" But what makes me smile is not the result of the photo, but rather the small interactions between the pauses. When the studio lights were too hot and Li Qin had time to shake her hair in a flash, Chen Zhe Yuan reflexively picked up a small fan from the makeup table and turned it on for her. Li Qin chuckled, lowered his head slightly, while he said quietly, "Thank you, even though you must also be hot." Chen Zhe Yuan only lightly replied, "I'm more resistant, you don't have to faint, I'll be the one to blame later." That simple sentence sparked a little laughter from everyone in the room, including me. But behind the laughter, there was something warm. The way she protected, the way she paid attention without exaggeration, everything felt natural. When the session switched to a photo shoot of the two, the photographer had them sit next to each other on wooden chairs with soft lighting in the back. Simple instructions. Imagine that you are two people who understand each other without the need to talk. And somehow, they instantly found their rhythm. Li Qin turned his head slowly towards Chen Zhe Yuan, and his gaze met. No exaggerated smiles, no dramatic poses, just honest, soothing eye contact. In that silence, there was a conversation that seemed inaudible. I could see how Chen Zhe Yuan's expression changed. His normally sharp eyes became soft, and Li Qin looked more and more calm. The camera captures every moment of it, every second that seems to freeze time. Finishing a set of shots, the photographer took a deep breath and said, "You two make black and white photos feel colorful." Everyone laughed, but I knew he wasn't joking. After the first session was over, they rested in a corner of the room. I sat a little further away, paying attention without wanting to interrupt. Chen Zhe Yuan was seen sipping mineral water with a small smile, while Li Qin rubbed his slightly messy hair. "I'm afraid my clothes are wrinkled," he said quietly. Chen Zhe Yuan spontaneously stood up and patted the back of her dress gently while laughing. Already, nothing is wrinkled. You are too perfectionist." Li Qin looked at him briefly, pretending to be annoyed. "I just want the results to be good." "If you are in it, the result will be good," he replied casually. It sounded light, but the way he said it, it wasn't. There was a sincerity that made even me who heard from afar feel like I was smiling. When the second session began, they were asked to wear the same suit, but this time with a slow-motion concept for the promotional video. The background turns deep black with the effect of soft lights shining like stars. Chen Zhe Yuan walked slowly from the left side, Li Qin from the right side, and they met in the middle. That moment, even if only for the needs of the video, looks like the scene of the meeting of two souls who have been looking for each other for a long time. Their movements were synchronous, their gazes warm, and when the soft music played, none of us could look away. I saw the camera operator staring at the monitor in amazement, then whispering, They're acting or in love, right? I just chuckled a little. Because in the entertainment world, the line between professionalism and feelings is often blurred, especially when two people really have a connection. Once all is done, the lights are turned off slowly, and the room returns to normal. Li Qin sat down while taking off her high heels, while Chen Zhe Yuan offered her another bottle of water. "For you, if thirsty," he said softly. Li Qin accepted it with a small smile. "You are too attentive." Chen Zhe Yuan shrugged. "I just don't want you to get tired. We still have interviews after this." I could feel that the attention was not artificial. They have their own way of looking after each other, without drama, without excessive gestures. When the makeup team began to tidy up their makeup again, the atmosphere of the studio turned relaxed. I heard them make a little joke about who's better suited to wear black. Li Qin proudly said, "I'm used to wearing elegant colors." Chen Zhe Yuan replied quickly, "But if I wear it, you will lose the shine." Li Qin laughed loudly this time. "You're getting better." But between the jokes, there is a comfort that is difficult to explain, as if they understand each other even between laughs. Late in the evening, before leaving the location, I had time to photograph the two of them secretly from the back side of the studio. They stood side by side, still in those black suits, staring out the window where the light of the twilight sun came through the curtains. Their silhouettes combined, and I thought, this kind of chemistry cannot be forced or contrived. They didn't do anything superfluous, but their presence together was enough to change the atmosphere. When they finally said goodbye, Li Qin briefly bowed politely to the rest of the crew and said, "Thank you for working so hard today." Chen Zhe Yuan added, "Thank you all. Because of you, the result will be good." They walked out hand in hand, and I caught a small moment when Chen Zhe Yuan held the door longer so that Li Qin could pass first. Simple things like that, that's what makes it different. As I looked at the photos and videos of that day on my computer screen, I could understand why so many people were drawn to this couple. In black, they precisely emit light. In silence, they talk a lot. Their chemistry is not only elegant, it's sincere. And perhaps, precisely therein lies their greatest charm.